Hello YouTube, this is Isaiah Smith showing you all my Auto Eyes deck profile. And this one I really wanted to make a deck profile, but I didn't have the cards to support it. But now I finally do, so let's begin. 3 Auto Eyes Phantasma for the scale 0. And in case of like you have like monsters that on a battle, and then this can like reduce it times the number of pendulum monsters you have in your extra deck. So 3 persona standard for your scale 1 and like negate like any extra deck monster. 3 Auto Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragons with your standard scale 8s. And then it also like allows you to special summon 1 Auto Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So that's what's good about this card. When Auto Eyes is destroyed by battle card effects. 3 Auto Eyes Revolution Dragons. Pay 500 to add a level 8 or lower Pendulum Dragon monster. So that's good for your Auto Eyes. Plus it's a scale 12 if you need it. 3 Mirage Dragons. Auto Eyes Mirage Dragons. Standard for your scale 8s. And it also protects your Auto Eyes. 3 Auto Eyes Pendulum Dragons. They are good because you can double the damage. So it doesn't matter what damage they take. They'll just take double. And it also pops itself once it's on the pendulum scale. So 2 Auto Eyes Phantom Dragons. It boosts up your monster when it's on the scale. So it boosts up by 1200. And then if you have any pendulum Auto Eyes monsters from your pendulum zones, you can inflict damage times 12 times the number of Auto Eyes pendulum zones. So that's good for that part. 3 Perform Pal Scrollback Joker. This lets you add like a Musician, Auto Eyes, or Performer Pal. So that's when it's good when it's normal summoned from your deck to your hand. 2 All Eyes Phantom Dragons. I have 3, but I couldn't find it. But this is like your boss monster. It doubles. It's like a 6k beat stick, and it doubles its attack pretty much when it battles. It can negate like any spell or trap when you send a card, but it's good for like being a boss monster. 1 Janky Musician. This is for your Xyz plays if you want to change their ranks into levels. So that's good about the pendulum scale. 1 Perform Pal Auto Eyes Synchron. And 1 Perform Pal Auto Eyes Dissolver. Synchron, it just like targets a pendulum zone, special summon it, and then becomes like a synchro material, or if it's in the pendulum zone, it just targets 1 monster, and then that level becomes level 1. So it becomes a tuner. And then Dissolver, when it's in the pendulum zone, you can fusion summon from your hand or field like Polymerization. And then you can fuse from your extra deck. Fuse from your field or pendulum zone and fuse it with Dissolver. And that's what's good about that. It can also, like, if let's say your opponent's monster battles at a pendulum monster, you can special summon this from the hand and it won't be destroyed by battle. So that's what's good about that card. Moving on to the spells. 1 Auto Eyes Fusion for your fusion plays. 3 Spiral Flame Strikes to destroy a card or add a level 7 Auto Eyes. 2 Duelist Alliance to add any pendulum card in the name from the deck to the hand. 2 pendulum impenetrable. This protects any of your pendulum zones. 3 Sky Iris. This protects your pendulum zones by being targeted, so they won't be like targeted and destroyed, but they will be destroyed if you like don't target them. But they can also, Sky Iris can pop a card to add a 1 odd ice from your deck to your hand. And the last card in my deck, 1 Terraforming to add a Sky Iris. It becomes a Sky Iris anyways because I get to add a field spell. So moving on to the extra deck. So I got, for fusions, 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragons to negate and basically target a monster that was special summoned to return it. And 1 Perform a Power Gatling Ghoul. It just destroys a monster and then your opponent takes damage equal to the monster that was destroyed. Or also take damage times 200, I believe, times the number of cards on the field. So that is crazy. Okay, on with the synchros. 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon and 1 Cyber's Quantum Dragon. 1 to just target a pendulum monster, special summon it from your pendulum zones, and also stops monster effects from the battle phase. This like returns a monster from the hand if it attacks a monster, so that's good. And then on to the Xyz. 2 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragons, 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, and 2 Odd Eyes Raging Dragons. The Absolute just negates an attack, and if it gets destroyed or sent to the graveyard, it automatically special summons up 1 Odd Eyes, so it doesn't matter. Odd Eyes Rebellion just can like use this as a material, or it can attack 3 times depending on if you're gonna use it. This Odd Eyes Raging Dragon can attack twice, plus it can, by detaching 1, it can destroy all of your opponent's monsters, plus it gains like 200 for each card destroyed. Okay, that's it for the Xyz. Moving on to the links. We're going to play 1 each of every card that I have in my extra deck. 1 Dark Charmer, 1 Saryuja Skull Dread, 1 Borlo Dragon, and 1 5-headed Link Dragon. So Dark Charmer, if it gets destroyed by a card effect of your opponents or by battle, you can add a monster with 1500 or less. And Saryuja just lets you have draw power depending on the names. And wherever a monster points to, it gains like 300. This just takes control of your opponent's monster, plus it loses 500. And then it's kind of weird how I put 5-headed Link Dragon in this, I know. But it's just only for 5 monsters, plus it's like invincible to like anything, so. Plus I didn't add Perform a Power Celestial Musician because I don't have it yet. So stay tuned for that. And I don't have Beyond of the Pendulum, so I might get that too. Plus I didn't get a Link 3 monster, so and we'll see you in the next video. So take care.